Good afternoon and namaste to all, respected dignitaries, our esteemed guests for today, honorable moderator, all the presenters, and dear participants. I, Abhilash Modi from TILS Education Bhilwara, welcome you all to this sharing session at the 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education. The theme of this edition is Empowering Youth through...
There is an echo coming in.
Right. So it's off. Is it okay now? It's off. Yeah, mic.
I think everybody should mute.
It's echoing. It's echoing.
Shall I? Good afternoon and namaste to all, respected dignitaries, our esteemed guests for today, honorable moderator, all the presenters, and dear participants. I, Abhilash Modi from TILS Education, welcome you all to this sharing session at the 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education. The theme of this edition is Empowering Youth through Value-Driven Education for a Happy and Peaceful World. I truly believe that sharing is very important. When we listen to the personal and professional transformations of individuals and institutions, it inspires us to live a more fulfilling, meaningful, and value-based life. So before we begin to the enriching session, I would welcome our guest for the session, Mr. Mohammad Khais Jahangir, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We are truly honored to have you with us, sir.
Thank you.
I would now like to take the opportunity to introduce the moderator of the session, Dr. Upasana Mishra, ma'am. It's my absolute honor to introduce you, ma'am. Dr. Upasana Mishra is an experienced value education practitioner with a doctorate in botany. With more than 20 years of teaching experience as a professor, she excels in mentoring and facilitating universal human values to the teachers and the students. She is committed to value education. She has also been recognized as an AICTE identified resource person and also bears the responsibility as a UHV North Regional Coordinator. She happily adapts orientation to contribute her skills positively in Shiksha Sanskar. Now, I would like to invite our moderator, Dr. Upasana Mishra, ma'am, to proceed the session further. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks, Mr. Abhilash Modi, for this affectionate invite. In this sharing session of the 10th International Conference on Universal Human Values in Higher Education, it's my privilege to introduce the guest of this session first. Mohammad Khais Jahangir Musliar is a seasoned professional and business leader with over 2 decades of diverse experience across international markets and family enterprise. A proud alumnus of TKM institutions, Mr. Musliar hails from the esteemed Thangalkoju Musliar family of Kollam, Kerala, a name synonymous with the excellence in the cashew industry and visionary leadership in education through the TKM group of institutions. Mr. Musliar currently serves as the Special Projects Officer under the CMD Advisory Wing of TKM College Trust, where, along with other governing body members, he plays a pivotal role in shaping the future management and development of the TKM group of institutions. A very warm welcome you, sir. We request your benign presence throughout the session and invite you to share your reflections on the scheduled sharings at the end of the session. Welcome you, sir. The process of value education is self-referential. Nothing stated here is to be assumed as true or false. Rather, it invites each of us to undertake a journey of self-exploration, self-verification, and self-evolution. A process that anyone can experience through conscious reflection and lived practice. Today, educators from across pan-India, representing diverse regions, cultures, and disciplines, are engaging in this process and experiencing meaningful transformation, particularly in their interaction with students. Their lived experiences affirm that irrespective of region, culture, or subject expertise, what is truly universal is beneficial for all. It is in this spirit that we now listen to a few such journeys. An important announcement before we start sharing about timing. Each speaker will be given 10 minutes to share. Please stay attentive to the 9-minute timer displayed on the screen and conclude your sharing in the remaining 1 minute. This will be followed by 5 minutes for questions and answers. Participants may raise their hands to use the microphone or post questions in the chat box. We request everyone to kindly be mindful for these instructions, please. Our first speaker in this session is Ms. Arjita Dwivedi from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. She serves as a visiting faculty at ITM University. She is a research scholar at Dwivedi University and a committed UHV volunteer, deeply engaged in value-based education and holistic human development. She will share on the theme how UHV guided me to be an effective mentor for my students. Welcome, Ms. Arjita.
Thank you, Upasna Didi, for this affectionate introduction. And namaste to all. A very warm greeting to everyone present here. And first of all, I want to express my gratitude for giving me this opportunity to share the experience from my UHV journey. Let me introduce myself. My name is Arjita Dwivedi. I live in Gwalior with my parents. I have done my studies in the field of law. Talking about the journey of UHV, I joined UHV in May 2018 and done a couple of workshops to sharpen my exploration. Also joined the morning session and found it very useful for my self-development. Today, I want to share about how UHV guided me to be an effective mentor for my students. If I speak about my state before UHV, I can see that there was anger issues in me and tendency of losing my temper very often. I always kept to think about the problems outside and used to get bothered about the conduct of the others. And I have over-evaluated somehow myself, which was a big hurdle, in my opinion, in my own development. The specific proposal of UHV that helped me to resolve within are the feeling of trust and respect. The proposal of right evaluation has helped me a lot. I could evaluate it myself more rightly, exploring this proposal, which has relieved me a lot. And now I can see myself more relaxed and able to, I'm able to, more responsive than before instead of reactions. And I became more aware of my state of being with right evaluation. So I could also evaluate my feelings, specifically with my students, that helped me to transform my relationship with them within the classroom as well as outside. With this, I could see that their intention is to understand. That is very clear to me now. They want to understand and they want to live with responsibility, which it has erased my feeling of opposition and anger and irritation with them within the class and outside. Now I'm able to understand that trust on intention is the foundation of every relationship. When I have experienced this with my students, I have started to feel more responsible towards them. And I can see my feeling of relationship and responsibility with my students never gets fade away. So, and the result of this is that they have started sharing their issues regarding their studies as well as their personal lives with me. And a mutual feeling of trust is built with them. I'm able to be aware of my state of being within all the time while interacting with them. That has helped me a lot to work on myself more rigorously, which is helpful into my own development. Whenever I share any of the proposals of UHV with them in the class, I immediately start exploring the same more sincerely. And every time I evolve, hence I am able to see the reality of complementariness in the relationships. Now I would like to share two real life events with my students. First one is last year, one of my female students was diagnosed with some medical gynae condition that was supposed to affect her future things. She got shattered with this diagnosis. One day, her friends came and told me that, ma'am, she is going through something and became very silent, always stays sad and isolated. Can you please talk to her? So I called her. We had a coffee together and started talking normally. In few moments only, she gradually felt comfortable and she herself shared the entire thing to me. I could listen responsibly and shared the proposal of coexistence of self and body. Through a very normal and natural conversation, we have shared this proposals. She could see that the center of human existence is self, and the condition she was going through is a physical condition, and it has nothing to do with herself. That is her state of being. Her response was surprisingly positive, and she could say that I don't care about what happens in the future with this condition I am diagnosed with. It is my decision how I want to live in my present. So it is me who will decide it. She felt better after this and went home. Next day, her friends took her to my cabin and started complaining that, what have you done, ma'am? She has started to tease and bothering us again like she does always. So it was nice to see them smiling and laughing together again. So that was one of the incident. The next one is a few months back, two of my students visited me at my home. One of them wanted to talk about his issues with his parents. So he shared that he thinks that his parents don't love him as much they do to his younger brother. His complaint was they always keep showing his mistakes and never shows affection towards him. I let him to speak whatever he had in his mind in detail. He got emotional and cried while sharing his emotions in front of me. I have simply shared about the feelings of trust and respect. We have discussed about the how the intention and competences are different, and have we all generally judge other on the basis of their competence and start doubting their intentions. Also, we have discussed about the right evaluation. What happens when we over or under evaluate ourselves and the other? Ultimately, he started sharing so many incidents where he could see that his parents have supported him and shown their affection to him. He started feeling gratitude towards them, his parents. Days later, after Diwali vacations, he came to me again and said, ma'am, I hugged my father for the first time in the life, and his father was too emotional seeing him like this, and they have talked with each other for hours. So these are some of the incidents which where I felt that this content of UHB has so much potential that every individual can connect to it and can be benefited from it. Many of my ex-students who have completed their degrees programs are still share nice bond with me. They used to call me, visit me often, and seek my advices in their professional as well as personal lives. They now see me as the member of their family, and I also share the same emotion with them. I would not say that I have improved myself a lot, but my state of awareness and responsibility to put efforts on self development has been improved a lot. So And I have no doubt in it that my students have helped me in the exploration more than anything else. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my real life incidents where I could see the importance of content of UHV, and I am a different person now with the exploration of the UHV. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Very nice, very nice. It's so sweet to hear you, Arjita ma'am. Actually, both of the two incidences which you shared, both these two incidences are really touching. And even we are also experiencing with our students,
Yes.
here or there,
Yes.
such incidences. And this gives very affectionate feeling
Yes.
when they share all their personal problems with us and they feel resolved after interacting with
Certainly.
us.
Certainly.
So thank you so much for sharing. May I now invite questions from delegates, please, if any? Any of our participants, any of our delegates, if they want to interact with Arjita ji? You're most welcome.
You can raise hand if you wanted to speak.
No,
Ji, sir.
Yeah.
You're most
Okay.
welcome, sir.
yeah. Basically, as Dr. Upasana has said, it was very touching. As we could really relate, like how it would be. These days, these getting in touch with others because everybody's on screen time. So when somebody is connected with somebody, they really feel that that bond is always there. But if somebody is prepared to, if that attitude is there, definitely people will catch it. So and also ourselves, our feeling, our satisfaction, our self-confidence, ma'am has rightly said, Arjita ma'am has rightly said, that will boost our inner self.
Yes.
Nice, really good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arjita ji. Now our second speaker, Dr. Ishrat Meera Mirzana, is a senior academician, 24 years of experience in higher education. She is a professor of mechanical engineering at Pufakham Jha College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad, and serves as the Director, Research and Development Cell, MJCET, as well as Regional Coordinator, South Central Region, NCC IP AICTE. She is known for her strong commitment to sustainable and socially responsible engineering and for integrating ethics and values into technical education. She has been actively associated with universal human values since 2022. Her sharing is on the theme, My Journey to a Lifelong Learner and Better Teacher. Welcome, Ishrat ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Upasana, for your kind introduction. And I thank the organizing committee of ICHVHE 2025 for giving me an opportunity to share my transformation journey from a teacher to learner. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Let me introduce myself briefly. What introduction was given was only professional, once again, like a physical facility. So let me introduce myself briefly. At my home, we are 5 members living together. My 2 kids, Afra and Ayan, and my better half, Kudus Pasha, and my mother-in-law. But beyond my home, I have an extended family. My MJCET family, the institution where I work, my UHV family, my Engineers Without Borders family, and the Institute of Green Engineers family, where I volunteer myself. That's how my family is a large family, I can say, and I hope it will soon become our universal family too. Regarding today, I would like to share my journey from a teacher to a learner, because that's how I'll share my transformation journey with the help of the UHV content that I've explored. To begin with, let me explain that I started my career as a software engineer. And when due to personal obligations, I have to shift my career. I became a teacher by chance, and that too at my institution where I graduated. It was my principal who said, like, if you're interested, please do join back as a faculty. So that's how I became a teacher. So I started working with my teachers as a teacher. So I had a preconditioning that a teacher should be strict, should not smile in the class. Only teacher has the knowledge of the subject, etc. So all these sanskars were deep rooted within me. And this was the state of myself before UHV. Once I was exposed to the UHV content in 2022, I could understand that a teacher is a lifelong learner. And that's how my exploration journey started. I joined morning sessions too. But in that starting, still having my aspiration tied with my assumptions and preconditioning, I used to do assignments given, try to apply and present it first next day because always I wanted to be the first, as I was always first from the schooling. That's how the sanskar were there within me. And I used to be like present it very first day. Yes, this was the assignment given. I've done it. But I was tied up in the words of jargon rather than understand them with the feeling. So though my journey started, I was not in the right direction. That's when I started spending more time with myself and explore the coexistence of self and body. My progress began. At the same time, it gave me a clarity that it is not the content delivery which I can help my students, as it will remain just like an information. But if I do a content delivery with a feeling of relationship, connect with nature, society, our living, I will be able to provide knowledge to my students. That's how my teaching way of delivering my lectures also changed. So whenever I go to the class now, in the first session, I'll say, I'm a learner here, came to share my learning experience and learn from my students. I'll never use now the word of teacher. That's how my way of teaching has changed. So in this transformation journey from teacher to learner, I could really understand the difference between information and knowledge. Thanks to my UHV mentors, because the way they deliver the content with a feeling of relationship, the voice, and all that comfortness that you get to hear from their voice itself is the one which I learned a lot. It's not just about the content, but how you present it also matters. And the proposal of respect, right evaluation, has transformed me a teacher by chance to a teacher by choice and brought in change within me to be in harmony and help myself so that I can be of help to others associated with me. When I say I can be of help to others, it is not to help them, but it will indirectly help me only. It will help me to understand myself. So the transformation journey of mine, I could assess from the feedback from the students itself. And that's how my nature, character, everything got transformed, I can say that. And when my ex-student came, he was surprised to see my staff room door open, because initially in the starting days of my career, I used to take class, come over, close the door. So my work is done. So that is how I used to be. But now after UHV, with a feeling of relationship, I'm getting connected to my students. My students approach, irrespective of whether I teach them or not. They feel like, yes, I am there for them. So as an associate head, they always approach me. Other than that, the other branch students also do come to me. That's how I feel very privileged. And when my ex-student came and heard me interacting with my current students and approached me and said that he was surprised to see the change in me. He just said one line, I thought you don't know how to smile. but now you know how to smile and bring smile to others' face. Seeing the students around me in the staff room, that was a big compliment, or I can say that's the big achievement I could get from my ex-student. And let me put across regarding right evaluation. One of my students by mistake taken his mobile to external exam in hurry, and he was suspended from the exam. He was depressed, and his parents, especially his mother, was feeling bad about it and wanted to resign from her job with a guilt that she could not groom her only son she is having properly. So after UHV, I understood we need to do the right evaluation. It was just by mistake. It was not his intention. So that's the reason I had a discussion with the student and his family members. And for the 2 years, past is past, nobody can bring a change about it. And that's the reason I focused on what can be done further rather than regretting about wrong thing happened, and guided him with the extracurricular activities along with academics. And in 2 years, he transformed himself into one of the best students of the department. And when he graduated, his family came to thank me. I was overburdened with the gratitude, as his 90-year-old grandmother too, Kate, came to bless me. As a teacher, what else can be more fulfilling than this? So my journey of transformation to be a lifelong learner helped me change my complete personality, and hope I could explore with more human consciousness. Because seeing somebody coming to you and saying that you helped, that was the biggest gift that I feel like I achieved being a teacher. So if I can, with my human conscious, be help to somebody associated or not associated with me, I feel grateful. I feel gratitude to each and every one. And especially I'm thankful to each and every mentor of UHV who guided me in this journey. Because for me, this journey is from B to D. That is from birth to death. Because it's how it is because of the UHV content. It's like a rebirth, transformation for me. UHV gift is a gift from the Almighty through my universal family that I continue to explore with myself. So there are many more things which I need to explore and carry on my journey. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Over to you, Upasana ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ishrat ji. This is really very nice to hear a teacher by chance turning into a very responsible teacher, because whenever I see you, whenever I meet you, I always see you as very responsible volunteer of UHV. So this is truly very inspiring to hear you, ma'am. May I now invite questions from the delegates, if any, from Ishrat ji? She shared so many experiences, how her life turned from a strict teacher now to a very humble, affectionate, helping teacher. And we all are teachers. So let's see how she can help us transforming our personality as teacher, how her experiences can help us interacting with our own students. So let me invite if there is any question from attendees.
Yeah, it's not a question, but a comment, like based
please,
on
please.
what I learned just now. As Dr. Ishrat Meera rightly said, teacher to a learner, it's a good way of putting it, because every the teacher, it's not always necessary that imparting knowledge, imparting information is the only thing. Getting that knowledge, as she was currently saying, content delivery with relationship. That is what is missing these days. With my experience, students, they can gather information from anywhere, like from YouTube, from PPTs, but that relationship, what ma'am mentioned, that's more important, because that creates that bond between the teacher and the student, and that will remain forever. These days, I feel, with my experience, it's coming down, but these activities will really raise it up. Great.
Thank you so much.
From any of the attendee, if you want to share something, reflect something, or ask something from Ishrat, you are most welcome, please. Many of the attendees are joining here at this sharing session, as well as many are there listening on YouTube to this sharing session. So it is overwhelming. So from any of the panelists or from any of the attendee, if any question is there, any reflection is there, you can share.
Upasana Didi, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Namaste, Ishrat Didi.
Namaste.
Didi, I want to know one thing, like how do you see that how your old preconditioning, which is not aligned to the innateness of human behavior, how does it create problem when you practice the real nature?
Because if there's a preconditioning, which is based on assumptions, there's a disharmony. Obviously, though I was having I was a topper, I was getting best teacher awards and all that, still there's a disharmony within myself. And the connectedness, if they are not there, people do respect externally, but that internal connectedness will be lost. So that innate nature of harmony, if it is there, it gets reflected in your behavior and the other side, because we get connected with each other. And the content delivery, there will be a lot of change in the way we can give the examples and all. Like usually when we say research, we go with the high end, talk about technical parts and all. But I start with the research if I want to talk about research also, I ask them like, what did they had that food in the morning? So the research is about what are the ingredients that go into it. So something correlated. So everything, it should come natural, and the content will be there with everyone. So that's how I feel like the harmony is there, and it gets reflected. It becomes naturally innate. That's my experience. Thank you.
Didi, I think I could not convey my question properly. My question is this, that when you see in the real time, when you practice it, and you see that this sanskar is creating problem for you, that is not letting you live the life with harmony currently in real time, when you interact with students, how do you see this?
I don't see that it is creating any problem for me right now.
Okay.
With
Okay.
this
You do not.
transformation, there's no problem with me. Yeah, there is problem. The others will feel discomfort and they get surprised, like, why is she not reacting even when we are saying something? So that external factors no more affect us once we are with the UHV. So I think it's not creating any disturbance or anything. Yeah, I hope I could answer your point.
To some
Not
extent.
exactly. Not
Huh.
exactly. I
No
could
problem,
get
no problem.
that. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhilashji. Thank you, Ishratji. Even I feel that pretentious drawing room smile that remains artificial always, and that reflects in interaction too. Whenever that inner harmony is there, that comes outside in a natural manner. So we can differentiate very well that artificial, pretentious smile with the reaction inside and that harmonious expression outside in our daily interactions. So very nice, Ishratji, very good sharing. Truly nice to hear you. Our third speaker, Dr. Raghvendra Dubey.
Upasana Didi, Neeraj ji has raised the hand.
Yeah, someone is there? Ah, yes, one attendee is there. Yeah. So I'm taking her. It is Neeraj Kumarji, Professor. Yes, Neerajji, mic is there with you. You can unmute yourself and ask your question or share your reflection, please. Neerajji. Please unmute yourself. Probably some technical issue is there at his end. Neerajji, you can see there will be an icon which is for mic. You have to unmute it before speaking. Neerajji is writing, I'm not getting voice. Okay, so we will take you later. Our third speaker, Dr. Raghvendra Dubey. He is a distinguished academician in pharmaceutical sciences with over 20 years of experience in teaching as well as in research. He is currently serving as professor and head Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Sage University, Indore. A very dedicated mentor, academic leader, and committed UHV volunteer for several years, his journey reflects deep inner clarity and transformation. So let me invite Raghvendra Dubey. He will share on the theme Transformation in Thoughts and Behavior. Welcome you, Raghvendra ji.
Namaste, Didi. Namaste, Sabhi ko.
Namaste.
Very good afternoon to everyone. And I am Raghvendra Dubey, and I am working at Indore, Sage University, Indore, in Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. I am also looking care of the Universal Human Values Coordination Committee at university, and I've been first introduced with the UHV in 2020. So while getting in the Corona period with the content, the information from UHV, it has helped me a lot from that time. But after introducing with number of workshops, the weekly meetings, the monthly meetings, the morning meeting, I gone through lot of transformation, enlightenment, experience in my thought and behavior with this. And with that, we have introduced the universal human values session in our course also. So I think I am having this opportunity to share what has been transformed in my thought and behavior. It is being opportunity for me to share with you all. So the content of universal human values has given me the opportunity to introspect within and to understand the intrinsic connection between what I think, how I feel, and how I act in my day-to-day life. So this difference was in previous lot difference which was occurred. What I think and how I act with the students, with the faculty members, with the colleagues, with the team, and that make lot of difference. And after that, now I realize that the right understanding is the foundation of right thought, and right thought naturally leads to my right behavior. This has make me my decision now in the right way, that most of the reaction in the previous was based on the preconditioning of my own, with prepared from family, from my surrounding, from the social, and that is basically more toward the reaction. After coming to this content, I able to understand about what is the basic aspiration of myself. I got this clarity that with this all the things what I am doing right now, I need to become happy and prosperous with that. And that I observed with my living, that in previous I was acting directly without thinking something related to fulfilling my basic aspiration. So a lot of decision, whether maybe decision may be right, but I'm taking in a wrong way and bringing my opposition, anger in front of all the interaction with the faculty members or with the students and with my family members and with my colleagues. So after going through with this UHV sessions and getting this information, and when I observed in my living that this has encouraged in my thought, and I now I start observing my thought of why I am doing this thing. So I observed that whatever in my thought is basically showing in my behavior, that is becoming the mirror to my behavior. And I observe it in very carefully that I do not want this behavior. So I need to have balanced behavior, and for that I need to have very much clarity in my thoughts. So with the help of UHV, I start now living mindfully, and I am sharing this content with my students, and lot of changes has been observed in me also and with my student also. And the people, those who are knowing me from past uh, 10 years, 15 years, or more than that time, they can easily see that this content is helping me, this content is helping my students also to become more observant of what they want and how they can able to achieve the same. The first important shift I can, if I observe in myself, is in my thought. What I observe is in previous I was more toward materialistic thing. So my whole focus is on uh, getting the external success, achievement, and for that maybe I can do anything. It was in the previous thought, but now after this I able to understand that I am jumping from one A to B and B to C, and without knowing and without understanding that while doing this all thing, these all are being also necessary, but with this I need to include something which is rather more important, that is the inner peace, that is harmony, that is the meaningful life, that is uh, becoming more clear, and to be in a state of being a continuous harmony. So the first clarity I got with this, and that has helped me a lot to help other, to support other, to work with the people with having lot of problems. But now this has helped me, that because everyone wants to become happy, that is a clear thought in me. So this clear thought also increase the a clarity in my thought, word, and action. So whatever be in my thought is clearly being in my intention and action. This is now being increased with that. Another the transformation I observe in myself is my attitude and perspective has been improved. In previous I generally become more negative, and I saw that negativity also spread to my students and my faculty member. So with this, I found that there is a relatively change in the thought process, and I saw my attitude to become more positive. And now the in previous I was observing myself more toward the ego-driven behavior. So now it has been increased, it has been reduced at the lot, and I am now becoming very calm and emotionally stable throughout the full day. So I observed that in my daily life, I become more responsible, more honest, more participative with the all the faculty members, and I have a sense of gratitude, and that appreciation I observe for the pupil, for the nature, for the people, those who are participating, including my students also. So I found there is a lot improvement in the relationship with my students. And with this I also observed that having a mutual relationship, my students also become more empathetic, more respectful, and they are also becoming more responsible to communicate. And the most important thing, the communication has been improved a lot. I observed that the student are now interacting with me. I am actually working on the post of head, and from past 10 year I am working on the same post. So I observed that most of the students do not like me to interact with me in previous, but after getting resolved in myself and after getting introducing the content with the student is also getting the clarity about uh, the interaction and their relationship. Also now they become more confident, self-regulated and disciplined, and they are also having a more clear about their career goals. So the pressure also has been, I found it has been also reduced a lot in the institute I observed. And the family also, I saw a great level of interaction have been started. A harmony has been in this, because I found that lot of time my own pressure, my own misunderstanding leads to disharmony in the family. Now with this I can able to understand what is going on within, and the feeling what I observed, that the feeling from trust to observing the feeling of respect to our other people, I observed that this has helped me a lot in balancing the relationship in the family itself, in my campus with all the things, and that has result in achievement, as an achievement that I saw that in lot of community participation. I got an opportunity from the university to participate and to become the chair or co-chair in lot of activities, so that to become and to have a good communication with all the people, those who are being part of the scene. Also, I saw with this all participation, lot of social responsibility also enhanced in the students, such as NSS activity, such as community activity, healthcare activity, preparing herbal, holistic formulations, and other things which are being very, very sustainable to the society and to the nature, and to the all means at larger order. So in a university also we try to build such a relationship, so that we can enjoy both place, at the workplace also, at home also. So I am very thankful toward the this content. This content has helped me lot. Not only this content is helping me lot, this is helping to my student also, and making the relationship more harmonious in my department also. And ultimately this is helping the community also, in the way that the student, those who are now becoming in or understanding this thing, are being more cooperative toward the society. So I think this is about what I saw the transformation in me, and as well as in the students. Thank you to give me this opportunity to share my this transformation and experience. Thank you.
Ji. Thank you, Raghvendra ji. So you are apparently very humble, but what I feel as HOD, as head of the department, very often very quick decisions are required. And our earlier speaker, Dr. Ishrat, was mentioning one UFM case during examination where she felt like a student was innocent. So in such of cases, as head, what will be your response? Will it be means some punishment or something else? Please tell.
So I think before adding answer to your question, uh, the while looking toward this participation in universal human values, and at university level, the examination department has already made me in that committee, and all the UFM case, the committee for the UFM case, I am one of the member for that. And what I observe and what we do is, uh, we counsel the students, and we will ask the students what is the basic problem behind, why, what is going on in their thought, why they have done this thing. And if we observe that a student, those who are doing repeatedly, then we will go with the 7-day counseling for the student first. And if it is a student, those who have done first time or signed, if they feel that by mistake or by any pressure they have did it, so if they write the application, we will revoke the same, and that paper will be only we won't consider. But if it is a repetitive mistake, then we will take some steps for the semester examination. But the most important thing is that now counseling has introduced in the between. In previous, it was not there. We directly asked the student and will take the action. Now the counseling part had introduced, so we ask the student if the student want to uh, be free with some teacher or other teacher also. They want to explain other teacher also. We'll allow them to submit their explanation in front of that teacher. So the counseling has helped us a lot. So a lot of students realize that they have done some mistakes due to pressure or due to the peer pressure, sometime maybe a condition in the home or anything. So I think this has helped us a lot. Yes, Deep.
Very nice, Raghvendra sir. Actually, means this type of decision making, when there is on one hand some discipline is required, at various juncture of decision makings, and on the other hand, seeing student with relationship, seeing their mental state, whether he is in some chaos or some trouble. So that is really a challenge, but yes, of course, proposals of UHV, that is obviously torchbearer for us. And this is time when we actually see and we can evaluate how much we learned, how much we understood through these proposals. Very nice, Raghvendra ji. Let me invite other participants, delegates, panelists also for the questions from Raghvendra ji. 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 So one hand is raised. And let me invite from panelist. Sangeeta ji is willing to ask question. So Sangeeta ji, you are most welcome.
Namaste, Raghvendra ji. I worked with you and I was very much inspired with your behavior, and I saw that many faculties have been influenced with your behavior, but when you are dealing with the situation where you wanted to implement something and your management is not convincing to that point, how do you, deal with that kind of situation?
Didi, a very easy solution for that. We will wait for the time when they can able to listen us. Because the moment you present the thing, and if somebody want to listen, if you present it in the right way, and you will bring all the clarity about what is the possibility for the welfare of everyone, from the faculty to the society, I think nobody will deny the same. I think the way most of the time also we find that if somebody says no, we'll become in opposition, and that the other person easily observe the same. So I think we'll try to make such opportunities to present the things that it is right. And the second most important thing is what personally if I observe is, see, whatever opportunity I am getting at the moment is the best, and I need to do the best in that. That is the thing why what I opt from my my particular end, and that is the way we can I think grow also, because whatever right now I got, that is the best, and then the next I what I will get, that will be more best at the time. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. So two ways Raghvendra ji conveyed to us. One is pause and think, and another is counseling. And really, these two ways are very helpful for us for our further interactions while decision makings. So thank you, Raghvendra ji. One more question is there for you. So I invite Abhilash Modi ji for his question from Raghvendra ji. Abhilash ji.
Namaste, sir. Am I audible?
Namaste.
Ji, namaste. Sir, I want to know that how do you try to inculcate the value gratitude in students? Like sometimes students say thank you, but they don't feel it within. So how do you see this? That what is the importance of gratitude? Because sometimes they generally see 2 to 3 people, their parents, some of their teachers, and they think that they are having gratitude within. But that's not actually gratitude. So how do you do this? If you do this, please help.
Yes, Bhaiya. I think this is a most important. I think this is one of the fundamental thing what we need to do is what we have done is we have trained our or what to say we have conducted the faculty development program first for the faculty members, and then we have a very special program in every Saturday for the faculty members where we have make them able to understand about the importance of gratitude. After that, we have also a mentor-mentee system. So in the mentor-mentee system, the faculty interact with the students, and that interaction, they have represented, they have encouraged the students what is the importance of being gratitude, and that gratitude starts with your family, and it goes still up to the nature and the existence. And why is it? And whatever they are doing at that is due to the whatever the things, whatever the existence is, and because of that only they can able to have this thing. If they are they not appreciate that thing, then definitely they won't get the happiness, the success, the prosperity. So they need to understand that they need to appreciate whatever going on. So number of time we do it. Apart from that, we conduct some youth conferences also. We have conducted two youth conferences, and in that students topic, we select that topics that they share with them. So once we give them a topic, they go through that topics and they able to understand, and when they present their own, so that makes more clarity about that, yes, this is required in that. And in the experimental way, I think this workshops and youth conference help is as an experiential learning uh, for the students to understand what are the feelings, what are the importance of being gratitude with the having a gratitude with others. So I think these are some tools we have used in university, and that is helping a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Very true. So in present situation, when there is very limited time for interaction in families, so in this situation, this mentor-mentee relationship in school, in colleges, that is really doing well. And this is means need of time. And that is another possibility, what Raghvendra ji shared, that is also very useful for all of us to implement in our institutions also. So thank you, Raghvendra ji. Very nice to hear from you. It is truly heartening. Let me ask if any question is from attendees side also. Neeraj Kumar ji, if you want to say something, mic is there with you. Any of the attendee, if you want to share something, if you want to say something, these sharings are very inspiring for all of us. So let's come forward. Let's reflect at least what our colleagues are doing. Very nice. So thank you, Raghvendra ji. Our fourth speaker, Dr.Sudha, she is a dedicated academician in chemistry with around 17 years of teaching experience. She is currently serving as an associate professor of chemistry at KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. She joined the UHV initiative in July 2024 and has since been actively engaged as a UHV volunteer, regularly participating in meetings for self-exploration and value-based education. Her sharing is on the theme Beyond Materialism, Finding Happiness in Meaningful Connections. So, Sudhaji, you are most welcome for your sharing, please.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, Ji, for a nice introduction and welcoming. So, myself, Dr. Sudha, serving as Associate Professor of Chemistry at KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, from Tamil Nadu. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this international conference on human values for higher education 2025 for providing me an opportunity to express my sharing in this session. Thank you. To begin with, UHV has truly helped me to understand myself better, recognizing my roles towards myself, my family, my institute, and to the society, nation. And most importantly, it is helping me to build a meaningful connections with my family members, relatives, students, my colleagues at institute level, and also on the society. And in today's sharing, the theme I have chosen is Beyond Materialism, Finding Happiness in Meaningful Connections. So I choose this theme because it deeply connects with my personal experience. So I realized that true happiness does not depend on situations or physical facilities or people, events, or sensations. Rather, it develops through right understanding and right feelings within. So that's why I chose this theme. And to share about my UHV journey, I had the opportunity to attend the AICT-sponsored UHV Faculty Development Program at Dindigul PSNA College in July 2024. So initially, I was very curious, but not very clear about what UHV is really meant. As the sessions progressed, I began to see how every proposal is directly connected to real life. So the best part of UHV is that the content is universal in nature. It is applicable to all human beings, irrespective of religion, nationality. So it is not just preaching, but it offers the proposals that we can explore and verify based on our natural acceptance. So I'm truly connected with UHV, which is more and more helping me in my daily life. So I used to attend the weekly follow-up meetings, workshops, whenever I find time, and also the morning sessions, so which continue to give me more clarity and help me to remain in the state of harmony. So my understandings of relationship before UHV was like, I believe that people get connected through money or because of gifts, pampering, or by behaving the way I expected them to behave like that. I used to get hurt easily, and often I feel irritated, frustrated, and sometimes even depressed. So I frequently feel disconnected or misunderstood in relationships. I did not know how to express my feelings very clearly or how to calmly understand others' viewpoints like that. So I felt that fulfilling relationship was very difficult. So I kept myself excessively engaged in works and activities, whatever I like. So gradually, I experienced deep isolation and became somewhat individualistic. After attending UHV and going through this UHV proposals, I realized that true happiness does not depend on external sources, but it is a state within. So happiness comes from right understanding, right feelings, and right behavior. I understood that most of our troubles arise due to the non-fulfillment of relationship. So nowadays, I am trying to develop the right understanding of relationships, which is helping me to cultivate right feelings within. So this in turn, whenever we see that this enables me to accept others and connect with them more meaningfully. So before that, there may be some kind of irritations, cannot accept them very soon, all this kind of oppositions like that. But nowadays I have observed that fulfillment of relationships from my side also make others happy. And I'm learning to observe my feelings, my thoughts, my behavior, instead of reacting emotionally to situations or people. So today, I value the trust, respect, and affection more than winning arguments or proving myself right. So when about the UHV proposal, which helped me more truly is the trust, the trust proposal. So about the trust, it is the foundation of all human relationships. So earlier I used to doubt the people, overthink their actions, I trusted others mainly based on their words, or sometimes I get hurted or cheated also. I even believed that trusting anyone was difficult. So UHV brought a clarity to me through a simple understanding, just as when I accidentally break a glass, it is not my intention to cause harm, or similarly, others also make the same mistake due to lack of competence or clarity and not because of wrong intentions. So now I understand that trust is clarity about the intention of the other, that they want to make me happy. So their competence may vary and their behavior also reflects their own notions of happiness. So wrong behavior like sometimes anger or harsh words or misbehaviors arise not from wrong intentions, but from misconceptions or preconditioning also. So also it depends on sensations sometimes. So this realization has made me more comfortable within. And I also understood that whatever exists in a person's imagination is what they can express. So if they lack clarity or feeling of relationship, they cannot express those. So that is why nowadays I feel that is extremely important to include right understanding and right relationships in educations. So developing this right understanding is a continuous process of transformation, and every step in this direction brings happiness and harmony. Then to share about my real-time reflections. So mainly, especially related to physical facilities, I had a long cherished dream like owning a new house because we were living in a rented house. So like many of us, I believe that once we have our own, then we will have peace and happiness that will automatically flow. I had that kind of thoughts. So it's been 1 year since we shifted to new house. So after living here for some time, I honestly reflected myself. I asked myself, like, has this new house itself brought happiness into our family? Then I analyzed myself, I self-introspected, explored. Then I found the answer was no. The house has definitely given us comfort, security, physical conveniences, which are important for our survival. But happiness did not come automatically. I realized that while a house is just a physical facility, happiness depends on the quality of relationships among the people living in it. So this is how I got the clarity that happiness is not due to the lack of physical facilities, but lack of understanding or good relationships or lack of fulfillment in relationships. So next is about most important interesting thing. The most visible transformations after UHV has been in my relationship with my spouse. So before UHV, my expectations was very high and very specific. I expected him to speak softly, understand my emotions without me expressing them. So I agree with my viewpoints and respond exactly the way I imagine. So when this happened, I felt happy and connected. But when his words, tones, or his behavior did not match my expectations, I immediately felt irritated, anger, and also emotionally get hurted. Then fights. Often there will be fight. So, for example, after returning very tired from work, if he did not respond to me the way I expected, or the questions, something I had done, I would feel that he did not care about me. This would trigger arguments, then long silences, and also emotional, all this kind of things. So I believe that his behavior was the cause of my happiness. So after this UHV, I realized a very important point. My happiness cannot be dependent on someone else's behavior. So this dependency was making my happiness conditional and unstable. I also understood that my spouse is also like me. He is also acting based on his own understanding, like assumptions and conditioning, like that. His intention was not to hurt me, but his competence and clarity were limited, just as I was before, like mine was mine were. So nowadays I'm able to accept him better. And when I began to see this clearly, my reaction started changing. Instead of reacting immediately, I began observing my feelings and I started asking myself, what am I feeling right now? Why I am disturbed and what is happening in me? So this self-observation is helping me very much. And gradually I started developing acceptance, and acceptance did not mean agreeing everything, but I can understand that other person is also trying to make me happy in their own way. As a result, some emotional impact of his words reduced significantly, And even when disagreements occur now, I remain more stable within. So such kind of conflicts or fights or this disturbances has been reduced. So today there is more openness and less emotions also. And there is a growing sense of trust and companionship between us. So now I feel more lighter and more respectful and more fulfilling also. Similarly, my relationship with students also increased from authority to mutual respect. So earlier, as a teacher, I used to think that being strict and authoritative and very what is that very strict behavior that is necessary to maintain discipline and academic performance. So when students did not listen or come prepared for a class test or showing some disinterest in the laboratory, I often feel irritated or disappointed. Sometimes even my tone became harsh, even though my intention was to guide them. So for instance, when a student repeatedly failed or submit the assignments on time or laboratory record notes, I immediately assumed a lack of seriousness or responsibility. So my response was often reactive, scolding them or expressing my dissatisfaction. So while this corrected behavior temporarily, it did not create a lasting positive impact. So after this UHV, I realized that students are also human beings with their own fear, pressures, confusions, or lack of clarity. So their behavior is not driven by wrong intention, but by lack of right understanding and competence. So with this understanding, my approach has been changed nowadays. So instead of reacting, I began interacting with the students with trust and respect. Then I started having one-to-one conversations, listening to their difficulties, then their understanding what is the root cause of their behavior. So I noticed that when I interacted calmly and respectfully, students opened up and they felt more safe and they started sharing and they express their challenges, academics, emotional, and all their personal things. So this helped me to guide them better, not just academically, but as a human being, as a mentor also. So now the classroom atmosphere is nowadays more participative and also harmonious. Students used to respond with greater sincerity, then they're more responsible, participative, and I feel more fulfilled as a teacher because the relationship is no longer based on the fear or authority, but a mutual trust, respect, and care. So similarly, the relationship with my parents and also with my daughters also has been improved. I can see that I had some assumptions of having more gratitude and more responsible nowadays. So this kind of good transformation is happening in my family and also in my institute. I'm able to accept my colleagues. So earlier I had more irritations or oppositions, but nowadays I can feel that all are similar to me, all are related to me. So whatever conflicts comes, I'm able to accept and can able to understand, and later I'm able to maintain a good relationship. So this kind of transformations are happening in me, and also some assumptions. So many assumptions are there, but one of the biggest assumptions I had is that I am just a body. Uh, example, take about the dressings. Earlier, I used to be very cautious in dressing and this dress should be more attractive, all this and that for personality like that. So, but nowadays, after attending UHV, I can feel and realize that what is the purpose of dressing, and it is just to protect the body. And I'm not feeling that kind of sensations or like that. So this assumption, I can feel it. And this biggest assumption, that is I am a body, this assumption is creating a lot of problem. So nowadays, I'm focusing on the proposal of understanding that human being is the coexistence of self and the body. So I am focusing on understanding myself. So this is one of the commitment have taken. So overall, I can conclude by saying that UHV has helped me to look within, value the relationships, and live with more harmony and clarity. So this clarity is helping me in myself, my family, my institute, my workplace, in the society, and also the world at large. So I am deeply grateful for this journey to all my UHV resource persons and to my mentor Umesh ji. So thank you so much for rendering your unconditional help and bringing my attention on assumptions, plus providing a solution of knowing So thanks to all my co-explorers also, and my SR coordinators, all those team members, co-explorers, who are all supporting me regularly. So I sincerely hope to continue applying these values every day in my life and share with my students, my society, my friends, my family members, my daughters for a harmonious way of living. So thank you one and all. UHV is once again really helping me to resolve within. I know it's a long and continuous journey of transformation within. So gratitude to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sudha. So your sharing was really very enriching for us, particularly for me as parents. When I feel the teacher like you, if the teacher like you will be available for my kids, that will be very fortunate. The teacher who is taking care at institution, at college also. So this is really fortunate for kids, for students. But let me ask, you are sharing that sensational pleasures are merely excitement, very short-lived, and fulfillment in relationship that is more important for you. So once you are at home, as mother, you are cooking something and family is demanding for variety, then what's your state? Please tell about that something.
So I will ask them and then I will make them to understand. So what is the present condition and what is the present situation? And I will try to make them understand what is possible now. And then I will tell them that we can have it next time. At present, we are having this. So let us have this. So making them understand this thing.
Nice. So you communicate with all of them.
Yes.
And then after, you assure them that what they desire, if that is good for their health, that will be cooked next time.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Very nice. So let me invite participants as well as panelists also to ask something if you want. Any question, any reflection?
I wanted to ask a question
Yeah,
from
please.
Sudhaji.
Please.
Sudhaji, like at home, if to maintain the household systems, if somebody or your spouse is not doing work as per the system should run smoothly, then how do you manage or how you are increasing that competence?
Okay. So at that time, I can understand that since they may be tired or they may be are in some other condition, so I will try to do by myself.
Okay.
And I will manage in such a way.
Right. Thank you.
Very nice. So, Sudhaji, you are very young, in terms of age of your body, but you are very mature in your thoughts. So very nice hearing you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, I'm having a chance to interact with any of our speakers, any of our presenters today. So if any question, any reflection is there, you all are invited to ask. All four presenters are here with us. Arjita ji, Ishrat ji, Raghvendra ji, and Sudha ji, all are here. So if any reflection, you are most welcome, please.
Didi, may I?
Yes, Abhilash ji, please.
Ji, Sudha Didi, namaste.
Namaste, Ji.
Ji, I want to know one thing, like as you told that you observe yourself whenever any bad behavior is done by someone, that why the person is doing and what is happening within you. You told like this, I guess. Like suppose somebody is not behaving the way he or she should behave, then you see within yourself. So you see within yourself, you observe yourself only when you do not have the comfortable environment, or when you have the comfortable environment outside as well, then too you observe yourself.
First, I will observe my within. and I will try to accept that what is in their pot they used to give. So that acceptance I can have. And if it is unethical, I will try to make them understand. So these are not to be done like that. So if not, I can accept that people, what they have in their pot only they will they will give. So I can understand in such a way like that.
Okay, due to the time constant, that's good. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhilashji. Thank you, Sudhaji. All four sharings were very natural, authentic, and deeply impactful. Together, they motivate us to understand, internalize, and live the proposals of UHV, Universal Human Values, not as an ideology, but as a way of life. Thank you, every speaker. I now invite the guest of this session, Mr. Kais Musiliarji, to share his reflections on how he felt listening to these journeys as shared by the travelers themselves. Ji.
Thank you, Upasana ji. It's been a pleasure and honor to be interacting with you all. And you all have shared your experiences, and I could really understand and feel the changes that this have made in their lives. I actually wanted to ask Dr. Sudha about a scenario. You were asking about the food, like what the spouse was. If she wouldn't have attended the UHV, what would have been the situation? Just I actually wanted to ask that question, but things since time is not on our side at the moment, so it can be passed on to some other time. It's been. Are you planning to reply to that?
Yeah, food is to nourish the body. After attending UHV, I'm often insisting at home. And nowadays, my husband's food has been also changed. He's more addictive to non-vegetarian, junk foods, all this. So nowadays, I can see good food habits in him also. Not completely, but to some 70%, his food habits has been changed.
I see. What I asked was if it was pre-UHV,
pre-UHV.
What would have been your
it will create headache for me, and often scolding, and then like that fights only.
A jagada would happen definitely.
So,
okay, great.
Present, I can feel that good harmony in me, even whatever happens around me. I can able to solve that clarity I'm having, and that confidence also.
Got it. Anyway, it was a great session. It has been a rich and heart-touching session, definitely. Though through these four sharings, we have seen how UHV is not just a course, but a quiet inner journey from becoming more caring mentor to growing as a lifelong learner to transforming our thoughts and behavior, and finally to moving beyond materialism towards meaningful relationship and lasting happiness. All our speakers have reminded us that self-exploration is a living process. When we honestly look within our classrooms, our institutions, and our students' lives begin to change outside. Let us carry forward this spirit of reflection into our daily teaching and living so that UHV remains not only in our institutional timetable, but in our way of relating to ourselves and to others. Yeah, that's from my side. A great session is what it was. Thank you, everyone. And that's from me.
Thank you, Kais, sir.
Thank
With
you.
deep gratitude, I thank the chair of this session, Mr. Kais Musiliar, for affectionately accepting our invitation and for sharing thoughtful reflections that connected individual journeys with leadership and social responsibilities. My sincere appreciation to all the speakers also, Ms. Arjita Dwivedi, Dr. Ishrat Meera Mirzana, Dr. Raghvendra Dubey, and Dr. D.Sudha for their authentic and inspiring sharings, which beautifully reflect UNESCO's vision of education that nurtures human dignity, ethical responsibility, and sustainable futures in alignment with SDG 4, that is quality education. I also thank the organizing team, Ms. Kirandeep, Mr. Abhilash Modi, and Dr. Lalita Ramchandranji, as well as Sangeeta ji, and all the delegates for making this session truly meaningful. It's really important to thank all 36 organizing partners who are supporting this international conference. So heartfelt gratitude to all 36 organizing partners too. With this, we formally conclude this session. Thank you all. We will reconvene tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. Indian time for another keynote address that will be on education to empower youth to live together as a world family. Thank you once again. Stay connected. Best wishes to all. Thank you.